So leg work on the reformer, 2 legs together, double leg work on a red and blue, or 2 reds depending on the strength you need. Increase the strength if you want to work more on the quads, but we're working more to work the core and the joint mobility of the knee and the hip at the same time. So feet over the bar, gently hugging it. Neutral, make sure you've got a really good position in your spine and a little gap by your shoulders. Exhale to lengthen the legs, stretching and squeezing them straight and moving the carriage without sliding up to the shoulder rests. And then as you come back in, bend the knees first to engage the core, then keep lifting them up to the ceiling to work through the quads eccentrically. And again, push out, squeeze them straight, and lift to draw the carriage back in. Same thing on the balls of the feet. Push away, squeeze the legs straight. Keep the heels exactly where they are. They should be in a comfortable position as you bend the knees. Come back in without moving the heels to work through the knee joints more. Also feel that connection, lower hamstrings and glutes. Push away, squeeze, lift and control the movement back in. Don't let the carriage take you back. Now into a little V, same position, externally rotate from the hip joint and push away, draw up through the center of your body, inner thigh, pelvic floor, deep core. And then just lift again to guide the carriage back in. Try to keep the heels together and they don't move as you straighten, and they stay together and don't move as you return. Same on the wider position, on the edge of the bar, externally rotated from the hip joints, and just push away, strengthening, lengthening through the legs, and then keep the tracking of the knees over the toes as you come back in. Don't over externally rotate from the ankles. Push away, stretch, and lift the knees to come back in. Even more knee work if you keep the heels on the balls of the feet, and again keeping the heels slightly lifted as you straighten, and keep them completely exactly where they are to come back in. Lifting the knees, tracking over the toes. So push away, straighten, just lift the knees up to the ceiling, don't move the heels, and you'll work especially through the vastus medialis. Pushing away and coming back in, keeping the heels where they are. And we go on to single leg work. Start with one leg up, and you can do this with the ball of the foot on or the whole of the foot on the bar, depending on the ability. And keep the heel where it is again, and straighten the leg, and then bring it back in, bending the knee up to the ceiling. A more advanced way is to put the leg under the bar and hold it just above the platform, straighten it out, keep the heel where it is, and push away. Think of the inner thigh of the extending leg connecting to the opposite sitting bone to try to keep the pelvis level. So you don't push too much with this working leg, and lift this side of the hip. And then from there, we're going to just push back, straighten both legs and do some prances. So just bend one knee, push the other heel under the bar, straighten again, and alternate nice and slowly. Try to push up with the ball of the foot against the bar as the heel goes underneath it, and stretch the Achilles and the calf muscles. And come back in. And one more single leg exercise is to lower the bar slightly down and do it seated. One leg on the bar, hands behind you, they could be on the shoulder rests or straight behind you as long as your spine is straight, you're sitting up as tall as possible. This can be done parallel or slightly externally rotated, and keep this leg lifted off slightly off the carriage. Push away again, keeping the heel where it is, and then track the knee over the toe to come back in. Push away, use those abdominals as you push, and control it back in. Push away, and control.